It's a virtual video game, pet video game, where you take care of a creature called the Seaman. So I have a list that I found from thegamer.com, and they made a list of the most inappropriate video games in history.
Is Grand Theft Auto on there?
It's actually not, but these are more like just slightly weird concepts to games.
Okay.
So the first one is called Playboy The Mansion. And I have a photo here, and it literally got me so excited because it looks just like The Sims. I don't know if you can see it, but
it does.
It's so basically, I'm guessing that's Hugh Hefner in his velvet red robe. And there's a few girls just in their underwear. It says the concept of the game, right?
I need to know.
Is you're running the Playboy empire. So you got to run the mansion, which is sick, organize the magazines, and maintain relationships with your colleagues, which I'm guessing is the Playboy bunnies.
Yeah.
And the models, actually. So your colleagues and the models.
Okay.
So that's I feel like this game's
cool.
right on my street. It does look like an
I like
old
that.
one.
Does that exist still?
I guess you could find it somewhere, but it does look like an old game.
Okay.
Probably the Sims era, when the first Sims first came out. So there's no nudity or anything, but it's implied because obviously it's Playboy.
That sounds like fun.
I would play that game.
Yeah, I would 100% play that. I love the idea of that.
And I feel upset that I haven't learned about it until now.
Someone needs to send you this. And what console is it for?
There's so many weird games from when we were younger. I follow this page on TikTok, and it's just like retro games. This girl will pick, she's got so many, she just picks ones out, reviews it. So there was a Westlife game, and she put it was on the Nintendo DS, and it was just a Westlife game. And the thing was just storylines, and all Westlife had obviously done a voiceover of the questions when they came on the thing. It was so cheesy, but it was definitely aimed at teenage girls.
You probably got it. Oh no, you said it was on a Nintendo DS. That just reminded me, I used to have a Bow Wow game. And it
I didn't even know he had a game.
Yeah, it was on the CD. If you put the CD,
is it like a CD-ROM?
No, like an actual CD-ROM. Yeah,
for the computer.
Yeah, so if you put it in the computer, then a game comes up. You can play the album and a game comes up as well. It was really good.
No way.
I can't remember exactly what you had to do, but I know it was very basic. You just use the space bar to jump and stuff, and you might have used the arrows, but you might not have as well. I can't really remember.
So funny.
You had to dodge things and pick things up. It was actually really cool.
I loved games like that back in the day.
Did you ever play Neo Geo?
No, I know what it is, but I never played it.
I remember my big brothers, when they came to New York when I was 8, they had Neo Geos, and you can change what it looked like. So one had a camo one and a bright orange one or whatever. I ended up getting a transparent kind of, so you could see everything that happened on the inside. I loved that.
Oh my god, I just remembered I used to play the Sabrina the Teenage Witch game on my Game Boy, and it was so good.
Neopets is what I used to play on Game Boy.
Neopets was good.
No, not Neopets.
Nintendogs.
No, Pokemon.
Oh yeah, Pokemon on the Game Boy.
Yeah.
A classic.
Definitely.
Okay, so the next game is called Katherine, and the concept is there's a main character who's called Vincent, and he's forced to choose between two women. They're both called Katherine, but one is Katherine with a K, and one is Katherine with a C.
I know a Katherine with a K.
Katherine with the K is very straight edge, so she's very professional. She's got a good job, whereas Katherine with a C is wild and free, and she's more of a party girl. So the concept is basically he's torn between these two girls and the two personalities, and he has loads of weird dreams. And in the dreams, he's in his underwear, and there's one weird level where there's a tower chase where a variety of enemies chase you up a tower, including naked, deformed versions of women and a creepy baby. I mean,
that one's very interesting.
Yeah. I don't know if I'd play it.
Yeah, that's not... Do we decide who he picks in the end, or does he decide that?
I would want to decide.
Exactly, because I'm thinking Katherine with a C, depending on where he's at in his life, might be a good thing for him.
It depends what he wants and where he's at. And also there's nothing wrong with either one of them.
Exactly.
So,
100%. They're both fine.
Yeah, they both sound great.
So it's actually quite misogynistic.
Exactly. Why does he get to choose? Maybe they don't want him.
Exactly. How do you know they want you?
Yeah.
What's his name?
Vincent.
Oh, I know a Vincent as well.
Right, there's this other game called Mr. Mosquito. Right, and the concept is you're a mosquito. Mm-hmm. So imagine like this so little funny mosquito on the screen, and that's you. And your goal in life is to get more people and suck as much blood as you can without getting caught. So
I would play that.
Yeah, I would, but at the same time, I get really bad reactions to mosquito bites. They blow up on my arm.
Yeah, so do I.
And I have to take like antihistamine and stuff. Yeah. So I'm thinking, yeah, it sounds like a great game, but also, what if mosquitoes that was actually people were playing? What if every mosquito in the world was someone playing a game?
It is possible.
And when you swat one, they've game over.
It's very possible. We could be in a simulation.
We could be in a simulation, and people are just trying to give us mosquito bites.
I mean, life is a game anyway.
It's true. And also, there's different levels.
Yeah.
So you fly around different environments and different people to try and suck their bloods. You've got to complete different challenges, and to get to the end goal of getting to the blood, which is so rank. There's specific places, this is where it gets weird, there are specific places that you have to go on the human body to get the blood. Okay. And it can be awkward environments, such as the bathroom, where there is a woman sitting in a tub completely naked. You've got to buzz around her chest and find just the right spot to land and start drinking the blood.
It's just off key now, isn't it?
It just
like,
took a turn now. It's after you were like, yeah, I played this.
Yeah, and I said it so quick. I play that. Do you know why? Because I get the bad reactions as well. I want to get into the mind of a mosquito.
Yeah, I need to understand maybe where they're coming from.
Why are you going on my knuckle for? Why are you biting me on my knuckle? There's nothing really there for you.
I got one on the bottom of my foot the other week.
Can I help you?
Yeah, why are you on the bottom of my foot?
Why?
Because then every time I walk, it's itching. No.
So annoying.
It's rude. So, would you still play it given the...
Yes, I would still play
it.
I'm sticking to it.
There's another one, which is just a bit odd, and I don't think I would personally play this one. It's called Drowning Simulator.
Oh, hell to the no.
They say it's more of an interactive movie type game rather than a simulator, since it always ends in the same thing as that you drown.
Game over.
So you play a man that gets knocked off of a boat, and the boat quickly ends up moving away from him. So it's gone. You're just in open water. And as a result, the man is struggling, kicking and screaming in the middle of the ocean. Your goal is to keep him from sinking underwater. But inevitably, the game ends and you always drowning. So between the initial fall in the water as well and you getting tired before you drown, this is really weird. You see the process of what happens to the human body if you were like drowning, and one of them is obviously you're stuck in cold water, your nails fall off, they can fall off of your fingers. And you see all of this in the game.
Well, this is educational, and I like
that. I didn't know that. I still don't know if I properly believe it. Probably have to look online at that.
Yeah, we need to Google that.
Fact check.
That's the only thing I like about this game. Other than that,
I think it would be very traumatizing and triggering for some people to play a game like that.
One day, I jumped in a pool, and I said I could swim, and I never had swimming lessons. I don't know why I said I could swim, but apparently I nearly drowned. I don't really remember it. They didn't have to pull me out and resuscitate me or anything like that. But it was I just learn't that day that I can't swim.
Well, Talia Ma, who came on this podcast, said that she also, when she was 17, I think, had drowned or had water. Yeah, so a lot is happening.
Wow.
I know.
Yeah. No, happening a lot. My thing was it wasn't that deep. It was all right.
Yeah,
I wasn't really traumatized. I was just they were laughing at me because I guess when I was in the bath as a kid, I used to pretend like I was swimming.
When you're laying on the floor.
I thought maybe it was the same thing, Clearly it wasn't. When your feet can't touch the floor, you do begin to panic sometimes.
So did you know how to swim? Or were you just in the pool? I like the bravery though. Just because some people get scared if they can't swim.
Yeah, I had no fear them ages there. Things have changed though. And I can swim now.
That's good.
Yeah.
Well, there's another one called Toilet Kids.
Wow, this sounds amazing.
Great. An unsuspecting child is sucked down the toilet, down into the toilet, and lands into a place of monsters, but they are made of poo, so they're poo monsters. And they just attack him on sight, it says. The goal is to fight through and get out of the land without being killed by the poo monsters. I mean, would you play that?
I might play it. It just depends on the controls.
I just would want to see what the poo monster looks like.
Yeah.
What do they look like?
Yeah.
What are their attacking modes? How do they...
Because you would think it was splatter, but then you might get some like real tough ones.
Also, how is the boy surviving in a land full of poo?
How did he survive the suck down?
Yeah, that is the first question. It's probably smelling.
Yeah.
It's probably not healthy to breathe in the air of all the poo.
Yeah. I would play. But I might not play for long.
Yeah.
You know, and it depends, like, is it exciting to play or is it just like repetitive?
Yeah.
Do you remember those Olympic games that you just had to...
Yeah, you press the button. They brought one out recently for Tokyo.
Yeah, I love that.
I love those ones because it's literally just about reaction time. You know, they're like... Yeah.
Got my tactics.
Loved it. There is another one called Seaman.
Okay.
So, like, it's a virtual video game, pet video game, where you take care of a creature called the Seaman. It's not like... What? Not like that, but you know, like David Seaman, his surname.
Okay,
it's spelled the same as that.
Because when you said Seaman,
that's why I pronounced it like that at first.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, I would say Seaman. You go so the Seaman goes through a variety of stages in its cycle, and you must figure out the appropriate care for the creature for each stage of its life. In its later stages, the Seaman has an uncomfortably human man face, which you can speak to via the Dreamcast's microphone. And it can actually speak back to you and tell you facts and give you insults and slightly threatening statements. And I do have a photo, and obviously people who are listening won't be able to see this, but just Google it because it's a very weird looking fish. Oh my gosh. It's a fish with scales, and then the head is just a man's grumpy face.
Proper grumpy. He's not happy at all.
He's not happy. Be happy. And what is that thing on his head? Like a tentacle thing.
It looks like a pig's tail.
It does look like a pig's tail. Yeah, so the Seaman also shares trivia with you about your date of birth. So I put, is it kind of like Alexa? It's like an Alexa.
But you have to like take care of Alexa.
You do.
I think I'd play that.
It sounds like a Tamagotchi, and I'm right up.
Exactly.
I loved a Tamagotchi back in the days.
It.
That is right up my street.
Yes.
So.
I would love a Tamagotchi
despite being
now.
really creepy.
It's really creepy, but then I'm curious as well.
I know.